Hello, everyone. My name is Chandan, and welcome to Fourth Enthusiast. We are going through a phase of transition from IC engine vehicles to electric vehicles right now. And you might be hearing a lot of reasons as to why it is happening. Some might be saying, like, the pollution is increasing, that's why it's happening. Some might be accounting that to the fuel price increase. But I do not believe those are the actual reasons why this transition is happening and right now. Because electric vehicles are not something new. Electric vehicles have been here for almost 100 years right now. There is a reason why it is becoming relevant in this current day and age. Let's imagine going back, let's say, to 1950s. You have cars in the market, you have suppliers for components being used in this cars. Every component that a car manufacturer is using, someone is supplying to them. And these suppliers are basically an enterprise on their own. It's like a separate company. Let's say Bosch. So they make fuel injectors, right? And during those times, every, let's say, 5 years or 6 years, cars were significantly getting better. It was not small incremental improvements, it was giant leaps when it comes to car technologies. Manufacturers were inventing a lot of new stuff during those times. And all of those enterprises required investment. And that investment was available because these technologies were really revolutionary. They were really changing something. They were bringing something new. There are 5 key elements of a vehicle for its engine to function, which is spark, fuel, air, compression, and timing. And out of this, let's take spark. The spark plug original technology is almost 2 centuries old. It was not even made for IC engines. It was made much before IC engines. And that original design, the original patent has not significantly changed. The original design still remains almost the same. We have made small steps on top of it. Better ceramics, better metallurgy, more number of electrodes, and so on and so forth. So someone is investing money into a company that is developing spark plugs, he gets his returns because every company will want to use this up and coming technology because there is some savings to be had. There is performance improvements, or the life of the spark plug improves or something. As time went, we developed it to a point of saturation. That point is called the threshold of diminishing returns. So basically, once you cross this threshold of diminishing returns, the money that you're investing into improving a technology doesn't yield sufficient result. So imagine you are investing into a carburetor company right now. Let's say you're investing $1 billion into a carburetor company. So carburetor technology is already outdated. It is almost completely phased out. And you have some old vehicles running with the carburetor and you're investing into that technology. Doesn't make enough sense. That is the same thing that is happening with IC engine vehicle. All technologies within an engine of an IC engine vehicle is undergoing the same situation. For the last 20 to 30 years, there have been no significant inventions or groundbreaking inventions that has happened in terms of IC engine technology. We are actually doing some permutation combinations of different engines and releasing it. There is nothing that is changing the fundamentals of efficiency or performance in an IC engine. We are already past that threshold point. That's why the companies are now looking at hybridization, because what the IC engine cannot do in terms of efficiency or performance, the hybrids can do it. When you have a completely mature technology, investors are not really interested in building new facilities or new companies in that one. The last improvement or last significant update to any of the 5 systems I mentioned, you will see that the latest was Infiniti with their variable compression engine, and that also, it did not take off. Like, if it was that good, all their vehicles would have already had it, and we would have seen other companies copying it, just like VVT was done. But that's not happening. Compression and valve timing are the hardest things to electrify, but even valve timing was attempted to be electrified. Koenigsegg actually tried to do this as well. This was not economically viable and they dropped the project. It was called free valve. I believe it was called free valve. When it comes to electric vehicles, there is a lot of potential for investment and a lot of potential for new suppliers to come into the market. Battery management systems, the motor controllers, the motors, the cells, the cell chemistries, the anode materials, the cathode materials, the packaging of those, testing equipments for all of this. There is a large avenue of opportunity for this EV industry. And that's why the investments are going into that direction, because it is an unexplored territory even now. Even when most of the EV components are like 90% efficient, there is demand for longer range batteries, lighter weight batteries. We want more durable batteries, stability improvements. We want better motor controllers, better motor controller algorithms, hardware within the motor controller itself, motors without magnets, motors that have extremely good efficiency, doesn't heat up, doesn't go into limp-home mode. There is ample space where a new investor could build something. So new companies could do something in that space. And that is why the EVs transition is happening. It is not because of pollution. It is not because of petrol prices going up. That is not the reason why the transition is happening. It is the money. The money is actually flowing into new technology. That's like the 1400s when all the European nations started their exploration campaigns with ships. Someone had to fund it to find new markets, new products, new raw materials. And that's basically what is happening right now. If you think I'm wrong, please do let me know in the comments. See you in the next video. Bye.